Hey there, distinguishing vampire mark trait right there. What do you think? I can play Count Dracula, not the gay Dracula. I thought he saw what? What? No, we're talking about political maneuvers. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give an example of it not being there since Ronald Reagan. So, distinguishing politician Ronald Reagan, he was a Hollywood actor. Came in, was probably about the best president since John F. Kennedy, because it didn't matter what if he was Republican or John F. Kennedy was a Democrat. What mattered was that they cared about people in particular. So, and plus, it's just kind of sad that the man grew in age and was kind of past due for a probably going to the old folks home by the time um, that his second term was almost up. I'd say two of his last years, Ronald Reagan wasn't there. It seemed like the Alzheimer's had sunk in. So I don't know what's going on here, but I'm making videos, but they don't seem to be um, getting very many views or any views. But I'll go ahead and keep documenting these great ideas that I have, so people can or can't listen to them if they want or not. But part of a political maneuver that I would use that I haven't seen. I'm surprised George Bush didn't do it. Um, I'm a Republican, um, registered Republican, so I tend to vote for Republicans. Haven't ever voted for a Democrat. Is my record, and I doubt that I'll ever vote for one. Ever find one that's sincere enough to vote for. Um, so let's cut the chase. So he Bush did do a good thing though by naming Dick Cheney as his vice president because of how intelligent Dick Cheney was. I don't buy and believe that he is evil or sinister for making his old companies or other businesses or whatever money or contracts for war. Um, the war efforts and things that they do are not designed to hurt Americans, I don't believe, but is to designed to go after our enemies. So I don't believe in the conspiracy theories and the rhetoric that George Bush was an insider and Dick Cheney helped uh, uh, 9/11 happen or something. They collaborated with our terrorist enemies. Not anything like what's been going on here lately with the guy who probably does as much opposite thinking for my country as he possibly can. I'm talking about Obama there. Will probably always try to think of how much he can get over on America and get even with America because he wants to be mean and he hates America for whatever reason. They gave him that job, like the most important job in the world, and he still hates them for it. So that's just how whatever stupid Obama really is. But so Obama obviously is gonna name and maneuver a cabinet, a political cabinet for his presidency or whatever takeover of America quite differently than what I did. He didn't design it for people to be able to come in and step in after he's done and finished being president. He wants to be the warlord in chief and into infinity. So he's not going to think of, the next candidate. I doubt the guy will even go vote for the next president for any of them. And if he does, he put his own name on the ballot for his own self. That's how callous I think he is. So, anyways, unveiling kind of what I always thought was important for you to at least try to do. Has there been anybody in any of the last presidential cabinet actually run for president, or actually thought of as being maybe the next president, that's been in any of these presidents' cabinets since Ronald Reagan. Because Ronald Reagan had an intern. George Bush was one of his interns, became president, and his dad was his vice president, was president for 4 years. Even though he was a one-term president, he still got elected. Good luck you go run for president and get elected one time for 4 years. Even pull that one off. Good luck. You need a lot of support and a lot of maneuvering. Obviously, they maneuvered a lot for Obama because he is really proven to be very unintelligent, very not smart. So, anyways, my intention, my goal would be to try to get the next president after I'm finished, done being president. I want there to be somebody that thinks like I do, that's worked hard under me as the president. Hypothetically speaking, if that were the case and that happened, life goes fast. So, I mean, just bear with me here. So, I had 4 years to 8 years of being in the White House, being the president. The whole entire time, keep in mind that what would make me a good president is that I'm concerned with the welfare of common people and everybody, not just how it works and benefit for the small guy, but how to stop people from thinking that they have to maybe um, cheat other people or something. I don't know. Just I have some other good ideas there for another video, not for this video. So I can't really put what's going into another video into this video. Would be jumping the gun too soon. So anyway, so I would want to replace myself after I'm done. My tour is over. Somebody come in and learn the ropes. If they're a senator or whatever they were before, come in. It would even probably help people to be able to aspire to be a governor, even a state governor, if you were actually training people to be a good leader, and they cared about other people too, and that's where their heart was coming from, and they just wanted to do good that would benefit everyone, not just special interest or certain people get breaks. Everybody gets a break, and we have to be honest and not be, you know, orchestrating, maneuvering the government like the mafia and strong arming people with tax. I had people arguing with me before that, like the cigarette thing. That's when I quit smoking cigarettes. Is when Obama said he was going to tax everybody. So that long ago, I've been a non-smoker basically that long because I refused to pay more money on a stupid tax than I have to. It was kind of my way of throwing the tea in the harbor, Boston Tea Party type of like act of defiance. I quit smoking, and I'm not going to abuse myself or abuse other people. I'm not going to stand for it. So, part of my contribution is I want to be able to benefit long and far beyond past scope of where um, what my abilities are and what I'm supposed to achieve in my lifetime, or whatever people have, a mission or whatever they're supposed to do on God's earth. I would want to be able to help other people to be able to do many good things. So that's one of my political maneuvers is, and if I was actually running, you wouldn't probably hear me saying that in particular, but you could tell, and that's another example of leading with example and not sprouting your mouth and just just filling people's butts full of empty words and empty promises. that are not true, that are a lie, that are not going to happen. They're fake, they're fictional things that aren't ever going to be able to happen. They know that. It sounds good, but that's not how you fix things, anyways. That's not how you make everybody feel good about themselves and their lives. So we want people to be able to connect the dots and resolve issues in their life, not be stuck in a place where um, their ambitions stop and they have no more purpose or meaning as far as they're concerned. And all I have to say is we're looking at this. They stopped the views for the monetizing on Iran Go Fuck Yourself, but they let me say John Kerry and other yuppies go fuck yourself, and they let me basically tell them to go to hell. But they left a monetized thing on there, but they won't let me tell a classic political story. So just keep in mind the title "Classic Political Story" I came up with. Hmm, thanks. But that's it. My conclusion is just all I'm trying to get to is I would try to name my VP, but I understand he had Dick Cheney out there. Dick Cheney, I'd like him as the president. I'd probably vote for him. But his age and his heart, so you have to look at people's health also, aside from your own. But I would want a VP to be strong just in case something happened to me and somebody would be there for the country. It's one of those things where you have to be completely selfless. I mean, not selfish at all in thought and just think, oh, shoot. If you were to die or something were to happen to you and you were the president, you have to do something. You have to not stand in the moment. You have to continually think of things that you can do that's going to benefit everybody in the country, not stalemate things if something bad happens, and not be a criminal or not get caught doing anything shifty. Because the elitists and other people could try to fry you or convict you if you're president when you're doing a lot of great things. They can try to impeach you, but if you're not guilty, if you're not actually guilty of anything, it's just rumors and gossip at that point. But anyways, there it is. Another political maneuver. I gave you nominating VP and a presidential cabinet that would help an individual also like myself to be able to, without a doubt, win the election as president also. So keep that in mind. If they're to take over my presidency or whatever into their own presidency after that, we save the country and people here paying taxes money whenever you finally get back to something that everybody likes and appreciates how your country is being run. And then you run that continually, that saves you money too without somebody else coming in and trying to change the scheme. Will cost millions of dollars more to transition over into somebody else's way or thought that they want to be president. Instead of me come in and say, okay, I'm going to run this like Kennedy, and I'm going to run this a bit like Ronald Reagan. I'm not going to run it at all like my own self. I already have all the greatest examples in the world on how to make America the best country in the world and super prosperous, and not have to cheat and rip people off to do it to get there. I'm already there. What else do I need to think of, or what books do I need to read to understand how to lower the inflation and how to save America, save our military, save it all?